Question number 5, the Honourable Annette King.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Prime Minister. Does he stand by his statement regarding refugee numbers that, quote, it's not 750 and I think it's 3,000 or 4,000 off the top of my head?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, because I corrected my post-Cabinet press conference yesterday that when I made those comments, I'd actually been referring to a number that applied to the full refugee quota program, which is a 3-year program and is in the order of 3,000 to 4,000.
Order. The Honourable
Supplementary
Annette
question,
King,
Mr
supplementary
Speaker.
question.
Well, in light of that answer, was he talking off the top of his head when he also said that New Zealand was 6th in the world in accepting official UNHCR refugees, when in fact we are 8th behind the United States, Australia, Canada, Germany, Sweden, Norway and the United Kingdom?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, we were 6th at the time the program was introduced. We're actually 7th according to the advice I have, so maybe we want to meet in the middle. The ones above us are the US, Canada, Australia, Sweden, Norway and Finland.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Annette King.
Was he talking off the top of his head when he said Australia takes 20,000 refugees and, quote, they've taken them for a long period of time, when in fact the last time Australia took that many was in 1981-82 and have been averaging around 6,000 for the last decade?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I think Australia would probably recognise that might be right in terms of the UNHCR program, but I'd be very surprised.
Order.
I'd be very surprised if the wider refugees in Australia is not much bigger than that number, given how many that they do allow into Australia.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question. The
Was
Honourable
he talking off the top of his head or in a hole in his head when he made reference to the Saudi payments, quote, it may well be the records show that in 2007 the previous Labor government was well and truly aware of the situation and was looking to take its own actions, end of quote, when released cabinet papers confirmed no such thing, redacted and unredacted?
Speaker, no, because I was right.